Hey, it's Rachel Adelicia. And for our closet side chat, I really wanted to talk about shopping and how I shop and some of my theories on shopping. My closet is a joy to me. And it's not only a joy because I love my clothes, which I do, um, but it's a joy to me because I know how I found them. I know the stories of them, and I know how I've shopped for them. I like to think that I've really learned how to shop. I know how to find vintage pieces that really express my style. I know how to look at new collections and see what I love and what I need and get them. And I've also learned how to take items that I may have missed out on and find them in different places. I also have some crazy, crazy beliefs about shopping. Like, you can find usually whatever you want, and you don't have to pay full price for it. Let's chat about it. Hey, so yes, again, Rachel Adelicia. And I really do. I really think that shopping wise, you can usually find whatever it is you want, and you don't have to pay full price for it. Although paying full price for it is fantastic if you can do that. There are times when I definitely have. It's just that a lot of things that we want sometimes might be out of our budgets because we have to also be financially responsible. That being said, I think there's really like three types of shopping, right? You have vintage, and vintage shopping I think is great. If you can learn to love vintage, you are gonna hone your style. You're gonna find out what really looks good on your body, and you're gonna find out what you really want to say with your clothes. Also, vintage is like great, and you can get so many great pieces. The interesting thing about shopping vintage, though, is that there's no stock. If you find something you love, you do actually kind of have to buy it pretty much right away. Although you can take the risk that it will stay around. Sometimes it does. I can't tell you how many times I found a piece and it's not been the time for me to buy it and it sticks around. I do in that area kind of believe that if something is meant to be yours, it will be yours. It will be around for you. But vintage shopping is kind of its own ball of wax, and we won't really talk about that here. New collection shopping, which is fun and what we all of us do a lot, all over the place, be it on Shopbop or Net-a-Porter or in the mall or wherever it is. You see something new that's offered and you want it and you buy it. Or let's say you don't want to pay full price for it because you absolutely don't have to. Things go on sale all the time, and especially online shopping, which I love to do because then it's like you get presents even though they're from yourself. But there's so many websites where you can put things on your wish list or you can get sales alerts. And even if it's not through that website, for example, if you're on Free People and you want a sale alert from Free People, you can also get one from ShopStyle or from Reward Style or from Google. Or there's so many ways to get that item that you want on sale. Another tip that I will tell you, if you find something that maybe is a little bit out of your budget and you want to purchase it, not for full price, is to search places like eBay, The RealReal, Vestiaire, Tradesy, Poshmark. Even if it's a newer item, a lot of times people will buy it and decide it's not right for them, be unable to return it, and they'll sell it. So that's I think, a great tip. But what I really, really wanted to talk to you about are items that you may have fallen in love with. Like for me, it's usually Gucci. And for whatever reason, well, mainly because most of us can't just buy all the Gucci we want all the time. If that is something you can do and you also want to sponsor me doing that, slide into my DMs, let me know. Doing the Lord's work is not free, and we should talk. But I have found a knack for finding the things that I love, like Gucci shoes. Seasons later, or that season, even sold out items for not full price. And a little bit of how I do it is almost like my tip for shopping newer items. You're going to lovingly stock the things that you want, which, you know, not a bad tip. I mean, kind of a scary tip, but the shopping that I think is really interesting and almost like a sport is the shopping where you want a new item, but let's say you just can't afford it. Or maybe you wanted something and you missed out on it of seasons. Maybe it sold out. Most of the time for me, these items are Gucci and I can't afford them right away. But there is a way to get them. In fact, I've gotten so many of the items that I originally wanted that I couldn't afford or that sold out that season. Or even one of my most favorite pairs of Chanel shoes I got on eBay. years after they came out because I wanted them, but at the time they came out, I was, like 22 and poor and all that good stuff. And I've really, really honed my shopping skills on how to get these type of items. And I would love to share my tips with you. Obviously, the first one is know what you want, but by that I also mean know the item number and know the name of it. Most shoes or items or bags or dresses, anything like that, have a name, you know. For example, like the ones I have shown you, I really wanted the Gucci Hannah More, and I knew the name of it and I know the item number. Sometimes you're going to look out. It's going to go on sale right away and it can fit into your budget, or you're going to save up enough to buy the item while it's still in season and it's still in stock. And that's when luck and opportunity and all those places meet at the same time. I've been there. It's a super great place to be. But what happens when you don't? That's where all my other tips come in. And what I'm going to teach you to do is kind of lovingly stalk the things that you want. Not in like a scary stalker way, but in a, hey, I'm going to make sure that you and I end up together way. That doesn't make it sound any better, does it? Anyway, what I do once I figured out what I want, and I know the details of it, and I know what I'm willing to pay for it, is you search for it. I usually use eBay, Google Alerts, The RealReal, and Vestiaire. In my experience, eBay, Vestiaire, and The RealReal have the best selection and things come up the most on them. There are so many other sites. If you have one that you love, I would love to hear about it. I know Tradesy is great, Poshmark is great. People have their own little things, but those are the three that I personally love. And even while the item is currently in stores, a lot of times I will set up alerts for that item on those websites. Because as I've said, a lot of times people get things and they don't want them and they can't return them, so they sell them. But even after those items have, out of season or they've gone out of stores, I continue searching for them. Sometimes this process takes years and sometimes it's really, really quick. But more often than not, just the gentle searching for it and then checking in on it, I have found the things that I've wanted and the things that I buy. I know that I'm making this sound incredibly simple, but really and truly what it is just looking for the things that you like not every day. I would say I would do it probably like once every other week or so. And that's how I found the Gucci shoes that I most recently wanted, is that I just kept looking for them. I had sale alerts out on eBay, Vestiaire, and The RealReal. And I knew what color I wanted it. I knew the size that I needed. And I just would search, maybe once a month for them. And eBay is great. They will actually send you an email being like, hey, you are looking for this. Here's what is going on. The RealReal and Vestiaire will too, if you just set that alert up. And so that's how I found it. Shopping, like any other thing that can be competitive or is part art and part method, part magic, and part luck. But I really do think that if there's something that you want, that there's a way for you to get it. If there's something that you're looking for that you need help finding, go ahead and reach out to me. Like I said, I have discovered the skill that I have, that I am really good at finding these things. It may take a while. I was trying to weirdly say it may take not a short time, but it may take a while. And that's the long game. But if it's something you really love, isn't the long game worth it? I hope you have loved a little insight into how I shop or some of my theories that I shop in. I haven't taught you all my magic because then what would I use? But I love sharing my closet with you. I love sharing my stories with you. And I am really excited to hear yours.